Hello tube dwellers and welcome. I'm the Arcadean and this is Mabinogi Duel. So this video we're going to be doing a 10 win streak in the rookie arena, and I'll be using the deck that we created 2 weeks ago in the budget PVG deck video. It's going to be a long one, so let's just dive right in. Now there are 2 join slots. Ideally you want to sign up a deck for both of them so that even if you don't play one you still get the bronze rewards. But we're not going to worry about that. We're just going to put our deck into one of the slots and just start the fight. Now, the PVG is player versus ghost, and part of it is about getting your AI to get ghost victories. So if you were doing this properly, you would put your deck in, you register your deck immediately upon the opening of the new arena, or as soon as you possibly can. And then after... Okay, and then about 11 hours after that, you would do your fights. This maximizes your chance that you will fight as many high-ranked level 10 decks as possible, as well as ensuring that your deck is a nice high level 10 rank for when everybody else starts playing on the reset. So we start with Ultimate Summon Grim Reaper, a mono dark deck. Okay, this should not be difficult. Right, now, if you're going up in PvP and you saw something like this happen, what you would want to do... Yeah, we start out with that, do we? What you would want to do is conserve your transformation cards, your counter spells, your captures, all that kind of thing. Wow, just a lot of generation. Okay. We can ignore both of those because if we don't kill a creature, then the Altar of Darkness doesn't activate, and while the Altar of Darkness is on the field, the Tomb of the Solitary Man won't work. Anyway, what was I saying? Yes, conserve your capture and transformation cards and all that kind of thing. But for this, the AI is not smart enough to use these cards correctly, although it's not doing too bad a job right now. It will just throw out all these cards over and over and over again, draining its own resources effectively. Alright, so the Ghost Stalker is going to deal some damage. We'll kill the Ghost Stalker. That'll generate 1 darkness for them. We are already ready to summon Capture because the extra nature resource we get next turn is going to put us to Capture range. Yeah, Cemetery. Okay, so the deck is basically just a resource generation deck. We'll remove that with surprise attack because that's that will actually... No, we won't remove it with surprise attack. What was I thinking? Doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm not paying attention. It's the first battle and it really doesn't matter. Even if they do manage to bring out the Grim Reaper, we just capture it. But yes, I should probably be paying more attention while I'm actually making a video on this, shouldn't I? Never mind. Bomb Squad will kill the Cemetery. Barbarian will deal a decent amount of damage to the Ghost Stalker and take enough damage next turn that he'll actually start pumping up his own attack value. Ouch. Summon the Ominous Mark. No big deal. The Barbarian will kill the Ghost Stalker and the Bomb Squad will kill the Ghost before it manages to disappear and grant Dark. I mean, at this point I could just cast Holy Spear and just wipe the field clean, but there isn't really much point. Oh good, perfect target. Yeah, actually, absolutely perfect. Yeah, Cursed Doll, okay. That's just slightly irritating. But it puts us in a really good position because what we can do is we can actually use the capture card on the Cursed Doll. We'll get that out of the way. The Barbarian is just constantly increasing its own attack value now, which is fantastic. We can just let that happen. She has 0 resources. There's nothing she can possibly do to the Barbarian. It's guaranteed to get this shot off and at least the next one. Oh wow, my bad, unless it casts Psychic Storm. Okay, this is a weird deck. I mean, you can see that she hasn't actually touched our hit points at all, so it doesn't matter, even slightly. But, yeah, it just keeps taking me by surprise. You can see our resource difference, though. This is why I recommended in the PVG video, go for 3 colors, not 1 color. Yeah. That's fine. we will just Flame Emission that whole thing off the board, and Mage 39 will deal fatal damage. And there we go. Boom. First fight. An interesting one. Ultimate Summon Grim Reaper. Mono Dark. I have to wonder how well that does in manual play, because it doesn't look like there's anything there to block, you know, an early Albi play or anything like that. 900 golds. Very nice. Ah, replaced with 100. I'm so sad. Oh well. 80 points. Whoosh. Next. Let's see if it's as interesting as that last one. Come on, mono mana. Japanese player using the neutral hero. Always a good choice. Oh, another, well, not another dual color deck, a dual color deck. Golem Tabartis. Okay, so Tabartis is actually quite expensive to bring out onto the field, so I would imagine we're going to see more resource generation. We start out with Toon Nature, which I always hate. It's the worst one to start out with. Merchant of Darkness, building up gold. Okay, well, we'll drop the Bomb Squad, and that way the Bomb Squad is guaranteed to kill the Merchant of Darkness. That's fine. Do we want to deal with that guy? Probably yes. We'll let the Bomb Squad survive a little bit longer, see if we can lure something else in front of it. Okay, it doesn't lure anything. He discards Darkness. And we charge up. Already massive, massive resource lead. Let's see now. I don't trust him not to play like a Drag to Hell or a Flame Emission or something, so I'm keeping my big creatures in my hand for the moment. Alright, well, he could use Flame Emission at this point, but would he is the question. Well, let's not risk it. We'll play the Eagle. That'll kill the Merchant of Darkness, and then even if he uses one of his big removal spells, it doesn't actually matter because we haven't lost anything really. There we go. Flame Emission. And yeah, it doesn't even kill the... Okay, let's see. It goes from 3 to 4. Okay. Not really great for him. And we will now revive, because we don't care about the HP damage at this point, now that we've leveled up. But Persona Rua. Wow, okay. Another card you just really don't see. We will basically ignore that. Her ability drains his own gold and then only activates in his favor when we have 3 or more creatures on the field. So we'll keep it at 2. We'll let our 3 damage come through because we really don't care about that. I would much rather build up my resources so that I can take care of anything that might be placed in front of Mud Hero Dross. The only thing that you could possibly hurt me with now is a Drag to Hell, and he doesn't use it. He uses Persona Kai instead. A lot of these C2 cards that you just can't get anymore. So we'll just get rid of Persona Kai and let Mud Hero Dross land the finishing blow. Easy peasy. Nice to see somebody using unusual cards though. You just don't really see Persona Rua. She's not great in Rookie. You don't see Kai either, and he's actually not bad. Not great, but not bad. Spin, spin, spin. 100 gold. It's replaced with 200 gold, so at least we're moving up in the world. 2 down, 8 to go. Third win coming up. Poku, using the default hero again. Female version this time. Science creature deck, fantastic. You just don't see this stuff normally. I love it. Okay, this is good. Light start is always my favorite because you discard Dross and that way you're covered. You've got Goblin Bomb Squad, Surprise Attack, Trap in the Castle, a whole gamut of possibilities. So, they drop the Hyena, we'll drop the Trap in the Castle, that'll kill the Hyena and anything else that she happens to summon, probably. She may use, say, a Magic Missile or something on the far left trap. They do tend to target those with removal spells, but since the Hyena is not in the far left, it doesn't matter. Ah, there we go, Lightning. So she's actually going to end up killing her own creature anyway and targeted the far left, as I said that she would. And the Lightning is actually better for us than something like a Magic Missile because it costs significantly more. So she spent a lot of resources there, removing a card that we don't care about and killing her own. Giving us a decent resource advantage. Hyena King. Now, this guy's going to attack the opponent on the far left-hand side of the battlefield. We don't really want him to do that. So, what do we want? Science Creature. We don't really care about capturing that, so we'll use the Nature removal spell. We're more interested in bringing out Mage 39 at level 3 than we are in capturing. So we conserve light. Battle Force Nata goes in front of that. The Goblin Archer goes in front of that. Some weird choices here. We'll Flame Emission this whole thing. I don't like dealing with archers when I'm using traps in the castle because archers don't activate the trap. So that's going to boost the Nata, but it doesn't matter because he's about to die. His ability to slash on either side of a targeted kill doesn't actually affect the traps. The traps never die. In terms of game mechanics, as soon as you touch them, they activate their ability. So you can see his slash doesn't actually work. We'll level up there, and we will let that... Yes, we'll let the Science Creature go for now. We'll drop the Mage 39 over there. The Science Creature will beat himself against the trap, and we'll see how much damage that does, taking him to 9. Okay. If it'd been lower, we could have used the Eagle to kill him, but as it is, we'll just use the Barbarian. Barbarian will take enough damage that it'll start activating its attack generation ability. And we will charge up just to maintain our resource lead. Another Archer, but right in front of the Mage 39, so it's going to die immediately. Excellent. Barbarian has begun to activate his abilities. So, I could place the Albi, but there's no reason to. The Mage 39 and the Barbarian are both going to kill their respective blocking creatures. And next turn, combined, they'll do fatal damage. So I would prefer to have enough resources to summon, to cast removal spells to clear the field for them. Which is what has happened here. So, Hyena King, we can drop a surprise attack on him. Counterspelled. Interesting. Okay, never mind then. We'll just capture it. Again, it's not good resource value, but since this is going to give us fatal damage, who cares? Boom and boom. Your life I will take. I mean, for a Barbarian, he's actually quite Shakespearean. Science Creature deck. Love it. Let's see if we get more really interesting decks. I was worried this was all just going to be, Albi and Alron +1, but some fun stuff here so far. Ooh, 1,500. Let's hope we land on that. Bum. 3 wins. On to the 4th. Let's see, give us something fun. Rambo AJ, rank 1437, higher than us anyway, so good for our points. A Holy Dragon deck, wow, I was not disappointed. That is fantastic. Okay, Holy Dragon's actually quite interesting. Normally with these big creatures you just cast Capture on them, but Holy Dragon's thing is that it will kill another creature on the field, even one of your own. So we don't really want to capture it, it wouldn't help us out any. Instead, we need to save up light, ideally, for the Holy Spear. I usually discard Holy Spear quite early on, though, in order to earn enough resources to some of the other things I want, but we should be alright. Okay, now normally in that situation what I would do is I drop a trap in the castle, but because it's on the left hand side, the enemy would almost certainly cast a removal spell, and 7 damage off Sevia is not something you want to deal with. So we'll throw out the Goblin Bomb Squad, and she steals no defense because it has none, and the Goblin Bomb Squad will kill itself, will die and then kill Sevia. Right, now we have a zombie on the field. I could drop a trap in the castle, but if she didn't play any darkness cards the following turn, the zombie would die to the trap in the castle, but then it would simply resurrect itself. Sometimes you want that because it drains darkness resource every time it does so, but in this case we really don't. I would use a surprise attack because I prefer to keep the hunt, but we need the light, so. And we both level up. Windblade Theon. Yeah, that's fine. He's a good card. Always interesting to see somebody using him. Now, what do we want to do in terms of countering Theon? We don't really have that many options because he'll just keep moving. We could drop a trap, but he would kill one of the traps, and that would drain our light. We could just surprise attack him, which would also drain light, but less of it. The Holy Dragon is light itself, so I don't think we need to worry too much about that. If we drop a trap in the castle, we lose 2 of them, but I think it's worth the trade-off. Especially since a level 2 trap in the castle is actually quite formidable. And Theon, by destroying 2 of the traps, technically frees up 2 slots for me to summon my own creatures. Turk? Nice. In that case, given that he has no resources left, I think we're going to steal that. So let's see, we need 1 more. Yep, good. So I'll discard the eagle, is not very useful at the moment. And with that, we will summon Turk. Now, this is basically just going to summon trash to begin with, but as time goes on, it should get stronger. And she's going to be forced to answer whatever comes out anyway. Resummons the zombie, not a problem. Either Turk's going to summon something in front of the zombie, which he doesn't, or we can simply remove it, which is I think what we're going to do. Yeah, we'll remove it. I could summon a barbarian, but I would actually quite like Turk to keep summoning stuff. He could come up with something good. And we cast the removal spell before we level up because it costs less that way and it still does damage. Now, if she doesn't play a creature... Ooh. If she doesn't play a creature... Yes, nice! Fugitive Share levels up, transforms. Fantastic. And then gets immediately walloped by the pessimistic ally. Oh well. Doesn't matter in Fugitive Share's case anyway, she's about to disappear. But she'll take some resources with her, which is fantastic. Really opens us up a little. Bam. And yoink, takes away our darkness resources. Very nice, very nice. Okay, and Turk has reached the point with his attack where he can actually start to summon some decent stuff now. Like the bandit, perfectly acceptable. So, we're going to be doing a pretty decent amount of damage, actually, every turn. What was that, 14? Taking her down to 12? So, yeah, I mean, she's got to answer this now. Well, we'd be taking her down to 12 if Bandit was attacking, obviously. But yeah, she's got to answer this pretty quick. Body Snatcher in front of the Pessimistic Ally. I am A-okay with that. She'll kill the Pessimistic Ally, transform into the Pessimistic Ally, and simply nerf any other creatures that she happens to have played onto the field. And we can remove her very easily. And it frees up an extra slot for Turk to summon something of 5 cost or below. Or is it 4 cost or below? Either way. Okay, that's fine. Play in front of the bandit. Oh, it doesn't matter anyway. Turk's about to deal fatal damage. Oh, her Pessimistic Ally's effect doesn't actually activate when it transforms like that. That's a shame. Never mind. We kill her with her own creature. Always funny. And, of course, I have just a ridiculous amount of resources at this point. That capture on the Turk really paid for itself. I love how sarcastic Turk is. Automata Turk, fantastic in your hands, also fantastic in your opponent's hands, be aware. Yay, we got a 1,500. Nice. Good day. Good, that's the 4th win and number 5. Okay, let's see. Malnova, using Medila, I think is her name. A red dragon deck, mono gold. Wow, this is fantastic. So we'll drop that, and we get our perfect little variable opening. Could be better, could be worse. We'll drop the bomb squad in front of him. Bomb squad's death will take him out. It's not a big deal. We probably want to remove that guy, but what do we want to remove him with is the question. I think the answer to that, because whatever we put in front of it is going to be hit with this gunner, so it's got to be able to survive a couple of shots, or it's got to be a removal spell. I don't think it's, well, I don't know. I don't think it's worth playing the mage, honestly. But it would give us a creature on the field. So, yeah, we'll give it a go. We'll give it a go. I mean, there's no real wrong answer there. So it takes a little bit of damage. It's not a problem. I could have done with Barbarian not being placed next to that Treasure Keeper, so I could just have hunted it immediately, but never mind. We'll just have to take the 5 damage. It's not going to be that important right now. Okay, I think actually at this point we'll just use Trap in the Castle. I'm trying to conserve nature for when the Red Dragon comes out. The Red Dragon's ability is actually pretty nice, dealing damage to every creature on your opponent's battlefield. So if we can capture that, it's, well, it'll be like having a mortar on our side of the field. Won't be able to do any... Oh, wow, thank you. That is going to be game, basically. That... yeah. That's game. She only has 1 gold resource left. We level up to 3 next turn, and pow, 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 and pow. So yeah, there's no possible way she can counter this. Excellent. All right, well, she basically beat herself. Not sure why you'd really need that. I don't think there was anything in her deck that was... yeah, I mean, it's mono gold. I mean, usually with Bloody Aurora, you use it on decks that have Trap in the Castle or large summoning decks, Goblin Chieftain, for example. No, discount coupon. But it didn't feel like a Goblin Chieftain +1 deck to me. And unless it was a mutant Trap in the Castle, she didn't have the light for a normal one. So... not really sure what the Bloody Aurora was doing in there. Apart from anything else, I mean, if her win condition is the Red Dragon, it doesn't need a Bloody Aurora. It's already damn strong. Okay, a Japanese player using a hero we really don't see that much. Interesting. Magician Masked Field. Aha, I haven't seen a Masked Field in Rookie in quite a while, actually. So that's good. We'll drop the Holy Spear. Masked Field can be a bit of a pain to deal with. You really can. That's actually good. We can just ignore that and let it tick down. Or we can get a little bit aggressive with this. I think we'll actually get a bit aggressive with this. Normally you can ignore the magic sensing bombs, but in the case of Magician Masked Field, that's fine. That actually works out really well for us. It's going to start supercharging our Barbarian. In the case of Magician Masked Field, you kind of want to have the ability to use spells because you need to be sure that you kill the Magician before you kill his assistant. Otherwise, the assistant just keeps respawning. That actually doesn't matter. The Barbarian's going to keep powering itself up every turn. It's going to kill the Red Eye right now. So we've just taken a massive resource and level lead, and Barbarian's about to do 9 damage. So, booyah. I'd actually like to keep the Barbarian alive a little bit longer, so let's see if we can... She's almost certainly going to attempt to counter, so let's see if we can lure the counter onto Drath instead of the Barbarian. Elf Knight, okay, basically wasted summon, and no, she doesn't go for it, that's a shame. And that's going to kill the Barbarian. Oh, darn. Oh well, at least we have a Drath on the field now who's going to be doing 11 damage. So she has 14 hit points. Yeah, we might as well just surprise attack her away. I don't really want to deal with 6 damage a turn. It's not particularly threatening, but you don't really want to have to deal with it unless you have to. Which, a bit of a tautology, but you know what I mean. Okay, no big deal there. We will... Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the Eagle. And the Eagle will kill the Gravekeeper, allowing Mud Hero Drath to get a shot off. We'll level up, and now she needs to... She really needs to block that Mud Hero Drath. The Owl may or may not kill the Eagle. Oh, blocks the Drath with Medusa. Interesting. Ah, but it doesn't matter. The Owl did not kill the Eagle, so we can just charge right through and deal fatal damage. Didn't get to see Magician Mask Field. Kind of a bummer. Really like that card. Boom. Interesting hero choice as well. Very interesting. Not one that I would recommend personally, but hey, I mean, if it's working for this guy, great. Let's see. 6 consecutive wins. Nothing but gold on the board. 500. That's not bad at all. Replaced with 100. That is bad. And we're on to fight number 7. With a nice even 600 points. 6 wins and 600 points. Alright, let's see. Something interesting again. Kando. Okay, high-ranking player, so that should be quite interesting. Green dragon. Okay, so we had a red dragon, now we have a green dragon, but this player is using 3 colors. The mana always just makes me think counterspell, because in PvG there's really no other reason to run mana. And that's not a good reason either, counterspell, but hey, we'll see. We start out perfectly anyway with 2 lights, so we discard the Drath, giving us our best possible opening. Hornet, wow. It's just so weird today. I love it. We'll just drop a Golden Bomb Squad in front of that, guaranteeing the death one way or another. White Shark. Also interesting. I like it. I like it very much. Now I could counter that with a Trap in the Castle. The Trap in the Castle wouldn't die to the White Shark's ability, but... do I want to do that, or do I want to just surprise attack? Let's trap. Let's trap. I tend to trap by default. It gives you breathing room. It gives you good defenses. Okay. So that's just going to go boom, 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 boom. It doesn't matter how much health the traps have so long as they live. +2 into mana. Interesting. Boom. Okay. Fine. The Hornet is just picking random targets. There's a 33% chance now to pick the bomb squad. If it picks the bomb squad, then it dies and my traps survive. If it doesn't pick the bomb squad, then the bomb squad kills it and the bomb squad survives. It's a win-win scenario for us. Okay, 5/4/5. Phantom of the Dragon. Okay. I wonder if the green dragon is supposed to bait players out then. Not that it matters, it's dead now anyway. Boom, okay. And we'll charge up again. We're getting slightly lackadaisical here, I'm aware, but we are leading in experience, we are leading in resources. So, let's play the eagle to kill that garden. I don't want the green dragon coming out if we can possibly avoid it. And we'll level up there. We're getting some good damage off, so... that's a shame. Both my creatures die. And the Hornet is back. Outstanding. Alright, we'll just play Mage 39 in front of that. Not a big deal. And we'll charge up again. I want to maintain the resource lead. Just in case she does manage to get out the green dragon. Doesn't look like she will, because again the AI is kind of dumb. It'll just play a card when it can play a card as a general rule. So all we really... In fact, no, we can ignore that elf archer. It'll just keep pinging off the mage. We don't care if it does or it doesn't. We will revive out of the grave now that we're level 3, and we don't care about the HP loss so much. And Tina gives us some health back. Thank you, Tina. Looks like it might be aiming for another Phantom of the Dragon summon. We'll drop Mud Hero Dross, and we'll just keep the resources going. In case he summons another Phantom of the Dragon or anything like that, I just want to be able to capture it or surprise attack it or hunt it or something like that. Nope, White Shark comes out instead. It's a fun card. I like it. But that should be that. Remove the White Shark, and between Mage and Dross, they'll deal fatal damage. No problem. Boom, and hit the base. I can never figure out whether base is a misspelling of the instrument, the base, or whether it's a reference to a really old meme, you know, all your base are belong to us, or if it's something else that I'm just not getting. Thoughts? Comments? Leave them in the doobly-doo below. Okay, 7 consecutive wins and we spin. 700 gold is very pleasant. Replaced with 300, less pleasant. Let's see. Fight number 8. 7 down and 3 to go. Something interesting. Toshifumi. Witch Baba deck level 10. Wow, okay. Mono Dark level 10 Witch Baba deck. What is that? Toshifumi. Yeah, Toshifumi. Okay. This should be interesting. We start out strong as well, so let's see what you got. Don't remember the last time I fought against a Baba. You see Xena a lot from the WNB generation, but you don't tend to see Baba. Okay, nothing really I can do there, unfortunately. We just got to let the cemetery build. Now, because I can't play anything offensively, nothing that would make any real difference anyway, we need to anticipate. So, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to discard the Barbarian. That way we're ready with a Flame Emission next turn if necessary. And it's not necessary, but what we can do now, that's quite interesting. What we can do now is we can Flame Emission both of these, which prevents her from building up darkness too fast. Now she's not doing too badly for resources, but we are still in the lead. Okay, so Succubus with an effective health of 15 and a Grave Rat. Wow. Man, I thought I was the only one who used those guys. Let's see, so 15 and the Grave Rat. So again, we can counter both of these. Now we can counter both of them quite safely. It's a bit of a resource commitment on our part, but she only has 2 resources left. That's not going to help him. It's only going to drain 3 of it, so. No problems there. And again, I mean, it is a bit of a resource overcommitment, but she has 0 resources at the moment, and the Eagle is capable of outputting a pretty significant amount of damage. So, although it's not really a great trade, hunt for... oh, that's good. Oh, that's very good. Okay. And again, just draining all of our resources though. Although it's not a great resource trade, it does put us into a strong position health-wise. Again, I'm playing very, very aggressively right now, taking advantage of the fact that she has no resources. She does now, and now we switch back onto the defensive footing. So we just start charging. Now I think what I'm going to do is discard the Albi. And we're going to work towards getting a capture, just in case she does manage to bring out Baba or somebody unpleasant. Well, the Hellhound's unpleasant, but he's not dangerous to us. Okay. We will revive, just so that we have a full deck ready to go. And if I was feeling really confident, I'd play Eagle. And then Mage would kill Hellhound immediately, but that would just bait out another creature to block the Mage, and I don't really want to get into that kind of a skirmish. No problem. Okay. What I will do now is I will drop a Flame Emission again. It's not a good resource trade, but it does open up the Mage to deal near fatal damage. Once we take her down to 3 hit points, she's in a lot of trouble. She only has 2-3 resources. She revives out of the field. She uses Cell Soul, which is going to kill her. So she beat herself. And we didn't get to see Baba. Aww. But she's a good loser, so that's nice. Level 10 deck. Very interesting, because based on those cards, I would not have said that that was level 10 viable, really. So kudos to that player. Really good job. All right, 8 down, 2 to go. Boop. All right, let's see. Let's see if we can keep this weird deck streak going. Rank 1202, so a lower rank than us, but using Sarah as well. Holy Spear deck, gold, nature, light. Now the and we start out with nature. That's pretty bad. The thing about a Holy Spear deck is you can be hiding almost anything inside it, so it's almost impossible to for your opponent to anticipate what you're going to do. I'm very happy that she charged though. It gives us the opportunity to just build up resources of our own. Let's see what happens. Eagle, fantastic. That I'm really glad that she played that because we can counter that very, very easily with our own Eagle, or anything, really. I mean, if we'd had Trap in the Castle up, I would have used that. But it gives us a big advantage, and that is going to work out very well for us. It is going to give her 2 gold resources, but I'm not too worried about that. Good, get a free 5 damage off. We're just going to charge because we're pretty much neck and neck right now for resources, and you don't want to be neck and neck. You want to be in the lead. All right, getting our health down closer to ours. Barbarian comes out in front. Mage 39 years old. I hope to the left. Yeah, okay, that's fine. It's not. I would have preferred, you know, right next to the Barbarian, but we'll make do. We'll just get rid of that guy and Flame Mission sideways. I really, really, really don't want to have to deal with it. And next turn, I'm thinking Trap in the Castle, honestly. But we'll see what happens. Because the Barbarian's going to start boosting now. Good. Okay, interesting. So we could Trap in the Castle, or we could just Holy Spear this whole mess. I'm kind of tempted to Holy Spear, honestly, because the Tiger's just not going to go away otherwise. Yeah, let's do that. We'll Holy Spear, and we'll do it before leveling up, because that way it's less expensive. And level up. Good, okay. So this puts us into a fairly solid position. Rona. Alright. We will block Rona with Barbarian. We will revive out of the grave so that we have a full deck. And we will charge up just in case she does something interesting with the 5 nature resource that she has on hand. Hunt. She did do something fairly interesting. Okay. There's a lot of resource just for 7 damage on us. So we will place Albie down because he's pretty safe at this point. She doesn't have enough resources to remove him on her next turn, so we can kill Rona and charge up his ability. And again, you can see I'm not overcommitting with my creatures. You want to keep them in the back. Just don't use them unless there's a real reason to, a real opening. Just play defensively. The idea is to win, not win quickly, just win. So let's see, what do we want to do here? We'll just counter bomb squad with bomb squad, and we will generate more resources. Yeah, so this way we're good for Mage 39 now. Trap in the castle, capture of a Holy Spear, all sorts of possibilities. Okay. That's fine. The Albie is going to deal enough damage this turn to the Dragon's Guardian that his ability will kill her next turn. His ability will cause her ability to not activate, because her ability only activates on melee or spell damage, not on ability damage. So we will just... yeah. We'll just play this. The AI is building up enough light resource that it can cast Holy Spear. And the AI has a tendency of casting Holy Spear if you have 2 or more creatures on the field than it does. So this is going to give me 1 more creature on the field. If I'd placed a second one, chances are the next turn it would just Holy Spear the whole lot. So we'll wait until she plays something. Ideally something using light resource, so that we don't need to worry about the Holy Spear anymore. Flame emission, yeah, that was a known quantity, no problems. And discarding into nature, and then reviving out of her grave. So that's fine. We'll drop... no, we won't drop him. What we're going to do is we're going to revive. Whoops. Discard the Goblin Bomb Squad to gain a little extra gold, and drop Mud Hero Dras. Now she can use a Holy Spear, but if she does, she'll be in a much worse position than we are, and that's perfect. So, because she dropped Rona, we can just... Now it's a shame that she actually charged and got HP off that. I was really counting on this being fatal, but we can get her absolutely within fatal range now. So we charge up, and next turn, I mean, we basically win. We have enough for a surprise attack, we have enough for a capture. She doesn't have anything that can kill Mud Hero Dras. The only thing that she could possibly have done would have been to charge up to Holy Spear, and that would actually have worked out quite well for us, because that would have completely drained her light resource, and we had other cards ready to go. Okay. Fatal damage. An interesting deck. You don't see Dragon's Guardian very much after its nerf, so it's nice to see somebody else showing it the love. It's one of my favorite cards art-wise. Okay. What was that, 9? Feels like a 9. Yes. Okay. 100 gold replaced with 200. It's fine, as long as it's always replaced with more. And last fight. Let's see if we can keep the interesting deck streak going. Papaya at G, rank 46. Interesting. Okay. So should be level 10, yes, and it's a Holy Spear deck using darkness instead of gold. Interesting, very interesting. We start out strong though, so we'll discard the Dras, putting ourselves into a very strong defensive position, and we will see what we will see. 8 darkness already. Youch, that is going to cause some problems. I am anticipating that right now. What have we got? Like Witch Xena or Ash and Dust or something in there? Let's find out, shall we? We'll charge up, play defensive, do not play offensive. Discarded light. Interesting. Charge up again. We're ready to level up now. Plays the Albi. No big deal, no big deal. We will remove that immediately with a flame emission. Okay. You're going to level up. Good, thank you. And we will follow suit. Now, we are lagging behind in resources. This is what happens at 10 win streaks. Especially against level 10s. Yep, there we go. There's the Ash. Okay, I would have preferred it if she'd played more cards, honestly. But because I think we're going to have to Holy Spear this whole thing. I'd prefer not to, but I really don't see any alternatives. Because we can't... I mean, we can kill the Chief of Staff Ash, but we can't really do anything about the Mage. So yeah, I think we're just going to have to Holy Spear that and use our extra time to charge up. I don't like doing that. There were sneakier, more complicated things that we could have done, but I'm really worried about that 9 darkness. And this way we conserve enough nature resource that we can capture that. Okay. Good. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to surprise attack the Zayna and we're going to capture the Alron. Now we're going to surprise attack first because if we capture the Alron and the Alron jumps in front of the Zayna, that would screw up our surprise attack. So surprise attack goes out first. Boom. And then we capture the Alron +1. I would have preferred to have captured her at level 3 when she was level 4, but this is absolutely fine. The Barbarian is just going to be used to tank against the Alron. I think we're going to hunt him down. Do I want to? Yes, I do. The Alron is going to give us a lot of breathing room if we can buy her enough time. So we'll hunt that, we'll level up. She's got to play something and then she'll level up. Okay, she revives instead and then levels up. That's perfect. That means that we've now flooded the field with our vines. Excellent. We've now got 3 turns of charging, which is phenomenal. 3 resources plus the 3 that you get naturally at the beginning of every turn. We've earned 6 resources this turn. That's a lot of resources. Yeah, not so great. Alron's simply going to summon a vine in there and then that vine will kill the other vine. That's fantastic though. If she'd captured the Alron, it wouldn't have been too terrible. We have answers to all of that stuff, but I'm glad that she didn't. We'll revive just because we have a lot of resources now and we don't need to worry too much about it. That way we have a full deck just in case. Drag to hell. Will it hit the Alron is the question. It does not. Fantastic. And the Barbarian is back out. We can actually just ignore that. The Alron will just keep summoning vines in front of it. So this is looking like it's going to be a little slow, but this is basically what you got to do, especially at the 10th fight of the day. I mean, there's moves that I could be doing. I could be throwing out, flame emissions and hunts and all the rest of it, clearing the field for vines and even clearing some space. That's a problem. Okay, now that we know that she's likely to pull that kind of nonsense, we're going to have to get rid of that guy. Because now we're within fatal damage range. So we hope that we get some health off these charges, but well, we gave her health. That's not very nice. Do I get some health? No, I don't get any health, apparently. Fine. See if I care. Alright, but now we have to be careful, because if she plays a creature that deals 7 or more damage to that puts us in fatal range, and we cannot go into fatal range. Normally, I'd ignore the Ash in this instance, but do I want to? Because it's gonna... do I want to? I would normally be worried about them summoning dust next to it, but she has no more darkness, so actually I think we're okay. We're going to charge both to get resources and hopefully to get some health, which we just did. That's excellent. So more health, please. Thank you. And one more. No. We had our quota. Okay, so Ash will basically kill 2 vines theoretically every turn. His ability will kill one of them. Of course it was that one. Fine. Okay, now Ash has placed us within fatal range, so now we have to remove Ash. But this is why we were conserving all of our resources, so that when it gets to a situation like this, we can say, okay, do what's necessary. And we can react accordingly. Alright, so she actually has a decent amount of resources at this point. She can Holy Spear, but she chooses to go Barbarian instead, which means we win. Fantastic. So the first vine will just bounce off the Barbarian, but the second one will deal fatal damage. So again, you can see that it really is a battle of attrition. You have to be defensive, very, very defensive. If you let your guard down, if you overextend on resources, if you give your opponent an opportunity or an opening, they will take it inevitably and just absolutely ruin your 10-win streak. And there's nothing worse than getting to your 10th win streak on like your second day and dying because you overextended. 100 gold, replace with 100 gold, that's fine. At least it's not 50. And there we go. So, reach the end. You say, go to the arena page, get my consecutive winning points and exit. And we were at 1,335, but with all of our bonus points, we end up at 1,770. Now, if you're playing it correctly, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, with your ghosts, you will have at least 2 or 3 ghost victories by the end of the first day, and then hopefully by the end of the second day you'll have another couple. Provided you get at least 4, you should have no difficulty whatsoever in getting into platinum. But that's how you get the 10 win streaks in any case. You play defensively. Do not overextend, do not overcommit. Always try to remove a creature for less resources than it costs for the opponent to cast the resources, and try to maintain a HP and experience gap that's beneficial to you. That gets much, much harder as the win streak continues because they get more hit points and resources and you get less hit points. But play defensively and you should have no real difficulties. That's all from me. If you liked the video, then please leave a like below. It only takes a second and I really appreciate it. Until then, have fun and good luck.